Members and friends, invited guests, you're very welcome to the United Arts Club. I'm Marcus Casey, the Art Pavilion. I'm here basically just to introduce Alan Keane of the Artist Well, who most recent episode was Amanda Coogan, I believe.
Yes.
And it airs every Saturday in the morning. So before I hand over to Alan, I really want to say is, and I really want you to join in, give a massive hand to Mairead for the hanging of the show. Brian has nothing to do with it.
Good evening, everybody. It's great to see so many people here. It's tremendous. Before I start, I just have to get something on the record, and that is, I have tried on several occasions to get this man on the Artist Well, and I've failed miserably over the years. But for somebody who is so well known, so highly respected, very prolific, and has accolades up and down his arms, more than you could shake a stick at, Brian has awards such as the World Illustrators Award. Also, he won the commission for the 2022 centenary of the Free State, the An Post stamp for that, which is a rather nice little purse of 10,000 guineas, which is rather nice. He also won the RUA, the Royal Academy of Art, the Royal Ulster Academy of Art, their print award. And this year, he got second prize in the inaugural Sir William Orpen Prize, which was a tremendous achievement. So well done, Brian, on that. But it is a measure. It is a measure of the man who is, in my view, a deeply humble and private person, and perhaps that's why he kept to say no to me. Maybe that's it. Yeah. But Brian was born. Where were you born? Newcastle upon Tyne in 1967. All right. And he then, when he finished school, he went to Bristol Polytechnic, where he got a higher degree in illustration. He then moved to London, and he worked as a freelance illustrator there for about 9 years or so before he came over to Dublin. But Brian's roots were always firmly in Ireland, because his father came from a place called Gallagher, which is in northwest Donegal. And he obviously emigrated, had a family there. And when he retired, he came back to live over in Donegal and lived for 20 years before he passed. So the house is still the family home, which is wonderful. And Brian and his family go up there as often as he can. I don't think it's just for summer holidays. But when he was a kid, he would have gone there every single summer during school term or school holidays. So he's very, very attached to this country. I thought that when he asked me to talk, and he told me the theme of it, stillness, I thought, well, yes, I mean, all of these paintings have a lovely sort of quality of stillness in them. And I looked to see if I could come up with something profound to say about stillness. So I cheated. I looked up a poet. And I found an Irish poet who Teresa tells me has actually been a guest for the Poetry Supper here in the Arts Club. And that is the Irish poet Pat Boran. And his poem Stillness is described as a masterful meditation on presence, silence, and the quiet power of those who choose to remain unseen. And I'll just read just two little verses. To stand so utterly still that a bird will land on your shoulder, mistaking you for a tree or stone. To feel your breath slow until it seems the whole world is breathing with you. So that sort of evokes a lovely sort of element of stillness, where sort of nature and the human come into being one. I rather like that. Brian is an active member of several organisations, including the Illustrators Ireland, the Association of Illustrators, the Watercolour Society of Ireland, and the Dublin Painting and Sketching Club. For over 20 years, as most of you know, Brian has been running life drawing downstairs for 20 years, over 20 years. A tremendous achievement. And he is, of course, vice president of this wonderful club here as well. There are a few works I'd like to point out, one of which I was going to buy but sold, which I'm very annoyed about. Thanks, Joanna. And they are a painting, no, where's number 4? Roadside. Yeah, just over there. And that is from the area that Brian's family came from, or come from. And it's called On the Roadside. And it's a beautiful, beautiful piece. I rather like that one. Another one I'd like to mention is over that away. It's the centre of 3, and there's a sort of a pinky reddish house there. And apparently that is owned by the Guinness family. And it's Dunlewy it's called, In the Trees. Another one I want to mention is Milltown, which I think is up the door. Is that right?
Up the door.
Yeah, it's that train. Is it a train?
No, it's an old bridge.
It's an old bridge.
Yeah.
So that'll be near the Dropping Well, isn't it? Would it?
Oh, just along from there.
Along from there, yeah, okay. Another beautiful, beautiful painting. And then scraper boards, which he's known for in particular. You'll see quite a few in the bar area. And two of them that just grabbed my attention were the ones at either side of the centre painting. And they are the peacock and the swallow. Until Joanna picked up the peacock. That was the end of that. But as you can see, they are priced incredibly well. Around about 380, 492, 280, so on. These are superb prices. Prices that, if you are looking at a commercial gallery, you'd be paying at least double. Am I allowed to say that? But that's the reality of it. So they're a fantastic investment. Finally, I'd like to leave you with a thought. A lot of artists are afraid of artificial intelligence, AI, and robotics, and how they're a bit of a threat to our profession and so on. And I just thought I'd acquaint you with a study that Microsoft did very recently, where they found that, in fact, artists, visual artists and artists in general, are the least likely profession to be replaced by AI. And that has something to do with the soul, right? The sort of the emotional intelligence and the imprint that an artist like Brian brings to their work. It's literally a fingerprint. So, and in my view, it's a true sign of an excellent artist. When you walk into a room and you can say, that's a Brian Gallagher. And undoubtedly you can get that with Brian's work. And I think that's tremendous. And what this study shows is that, in fact, if anything, the work of people who will survive the AI and robotic thing, which is going to be wonderful in my view. I mean, certainly in the area of health, I think AI is going to be extraordinary. It's going to do amazing things. But there are a lot of people who fear for their jobs, and artists, I don't believe, will be one of them. In fact, if anything, the value of an artist's work should increase hugely as a result of that sort of dearth of human touch of the soul. So I would urge you to look around, pick something that you like, and avail of the opportunity of investing in a fabulous piece of work. I'd like to congratulate Brian on doing a super job. I know he had a little bit of a hand in hanging there as well, as well as Brian, but he did a damn fine job. Philip is in charge of taking any order you might have, so please do. And I officially declare this exhibition open. Thank you.